Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now, back and better than ever for the fall semester. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Jonathan Sellers. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Sports. The Troy team kicking off the year was the team doing all the kicking. Last Friday, the soccer team traveled to Montgomery to get things started as they faced Alabama State. Troy used 3 second-half goals against the Hornets to pull away with a 3-0 win. All 3 goals were career firsts for Niecy Jennings, Kristen Rendell, and Annabelle Simpson, while Abby Reynolds and Cecilia Thorngren added assists. Madison Winter recorded the shutout, with the Trojans allowing just 1 shot on goal. Sunday, the Trojans were in DeLand, Florida, as they took on Stetson but fell to the Hatters in overtime 2-1. Stetson's Kate Jones scored the winning goal 8:45 into overtime to seal the victory. Troy's lone goal came off the foot of Maddie Teakin as she notched her first of the year. Head coach Chris Bentley with his thoughts on the opening weekend.
Recognizing when to commit numbers forward, when not to. So we were busted up a little bit on the counter, and going into Sunday against Stetson, we did the similar thing. Unfortunately, in that game, because of that, I think we fell on the wrong side of a scoreline.
And we will hear more from Bentley coming up later in the show.
The Trojan cross country team is in preparation for their season opener this weekend, but the biggest challenge for the team has been incorporating so many freshmen. The team is 80% freshmen this season, and since the team is young, practices take longer in order to ensure the athletes are performing the actions correctly. But head coach Jeff Jenkins says the team is working together to continually improve.
Well, we've been here for 3 weeks, and the transformation that has occurred is something that you couldn't predict. In 3 weeks' time, those freshmen have become a lot more mature, and they kind of had to. They know they have to step up because they're filling roles that are normally filled by college sophomores, juniors, and seniors rather than freshmen. But they've done a great job, and I'm looking for them, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on them to make us successful as a team.
Well, coming off one of the best seasons in school history and the best year as a member of the Sun Belt, the volleyball team is looking to build off last season. Mitchell Spoon gives us a look at the Troy volleyball team.
With fall right around the corner, the Troy volleyball team is finishing up preseason practice and is ready to get back into full swing with the first match on Friday.
We'll be ready. They've been ready for a while now. Practices since the 6th of August, so we're almost 3 weeks in, and they're ready to play somebody different and get us going back like we did last year.
From a team who last year set a school record for conference wins, got their first Sunbelt tournament win, and a 20-win season in over a decade, this year's squad could be just as good, if not better. But as Coach Kirkpatrick says, each year is different.
Each team's different. You've got strengths and weaknesses no matter what you do or who you have. You can have the exact same team and things are going to be totally different.
Last year, the team lost 4 seniors, but the then freshmen and sophomores, who are now sophomores and juniors, have picked up the roles that needed to be filled in order to have a winning season.
Our leadership has done a really good job. Our new players have come in and assimilated themselves into how we do things really well.
The start of the season might prove to be a little more challenging than what the team was expecting, with all Sunbelt selection Blair Winston out with an injury. But Kirkpatrick expects her not to miss many games and be back soon enough to assist her team.
We're expecting her back by Monday. She could feasibly play this weekend, but we're not going to throw her in there to have a chance for further injury until she's as close to 100% as possible.
The Trojans are eager to start playing against the other teams, and their first chance to compete comes this Friday when they travel to Hattiesburg, Mississippi for the Southern Miss Invitational. Their first opponent of the season is Stephen F. Austin, with the match set to begin at 3 p.m. Mitchell Spoon, Trojan Sports Now.
And before fall sports got into action, Troy University gave fans the opportunity to get out and meet the coaches and players. The concourse in Trojan Arena was packed with the Trojan faithful on Saturday afternoon, who waited with posters, footballs, and jerseys to get the autographs of their favorite coaches and players. The football, volleyball, soccer, and cross-country teams were represented, and for these teams, having the support of the Trojan community is crucial.
This is one of the greatest days of the year, to get a chance to connect with the fans, to say hey to everybody, welcome them back, and invite them to our matches. And the community is outstanding.
And anytime you get a chance to get out and see so many cool people that are all Trojan fans, getting things signed, getting to meet the athletes, it's a great experience for all of us.
But it's not just the fans who get to enjoy the day. Yeah! Even the athletes get in on the excitement.
I'm so not used to this. I'm only a sophomore, so before college we never really got fans at any soccer games. So having to sign posters and doing our autograph it's so cool.
It's not just fans in Troy who show up for Fan Day. Even some alumni come back to attend.
It's exciting to come back and see all the guys, see the scrimmage this morning, and then get a poster to put up on the wall of my man cave. Remind me all the games coming up and hopefully all the victories as the weeks pass.
Fan Day offers a unique atmosphere since the interaction between fans and players is more personal.
It's really nice because we get to go out there and actually meet our fans, and it's different than cheering for us and actually being able to talk to them.
When we play our matches, they're not supposed to be looking in the stands. So this gives them a chance to put faces with people, and it gives them a little bit of involvement with our community.
You cheer for these guys. Some guy like Corey Robinson that I just got a signature. I've been cheering for him for what feels like years and years, so 4 years. And it's exciting just to get to meet him. Such a nice guy, and all of them are such nice guys, and such great representatives of the university that I love.
You may have noticed some construction on the old Trojan Oaks golf course. Well, what was old will now be the new face of Troy golf, but there has also been some renovations behind the scenes. Head coach Matt Terry is now just the head coach for the men's team, while former assistant coach Bart Barnes is now the head coach of the women's side. The women's team is coming off their best ever finish at the Sun Belt Championships.
And there's another set of new coaches on campus for the tennis teams. Former head coach Eric Hayes left to accept a position at Mercer University, and the tennis programs have now been split and 2 new coaches have been hired. Scott Kidd has been hired as the men's tennis coach and has been successfully at reaching the NCAA tournament the last 3 seasons and has won 9 national championships. Kidd is a local guy who was raised in Elba and comes to Troy from Clemson, where he was the assistant women's coach. And on the women's side, Troy University has promoted Rawa El-Sisi. She is a Troy alum and has served as the women's assistant coach for the past 2 seasons. She played for Troy from 2006 to 2009 and helped the women post a winning record each of those 4 years.
After a 5-win improvement from the year before, Shanda Rigby and the women's basketball team will look to make a bigger jump this year. Earlier this week, the Trojans released this season's schedule, which features a tough out-of-conference slate. A home matchup with the Florida Gators highlights the schedule as they travel to Troy on December 4th. Troy also will play at Tennessee and Alabama. The season begins on November 8th at Alabama State, while the home schedule starts with a matchup against Florida A&M on November 11th. In all, there is 15 home games on the schedule.
Former Trojan baseball players Danny Collins and Logan Pierce were selected to the 2013 College Baseball Insider All-America team. The selection was the second All-America selection for both players, who were drafted in the MLB draft over the summer, with Collins a 13th round selection by the Pirates and Pierce a 15th round selection by the Phillies. And in news a little closer to home, the Troy Baseball Hall of Fame has 4 new members who have been selected for the 2013 class. The members include Adam Godwin, a Trojan outfielder from 2004 to 2005, who finished 05 as the Atlantic Sun Player of the Year, led the country with 84 stolen bases, and became the first Trojan to record 90 hits in a season. Another inductee, Nate Moore, also was tops in the country the season before in 2004 as he led the country with a 1.25 ERA. Moore allowed only 9 runs over 64 and 2/3 innings pitched in 32 appearances and struck out 84 batters. He was the Trojans' first ever first-team All-America selection. And rounding out the players was Eric Wickstrom, a pitcher for the Trojans from 2001 to 2004. Wickstrom is in the top 10 in school history in 9 categories, including tied for second in games started with 55 and third in school history with 224 strikeouts in his career. But it wasn't just players that were recognized in the Hall of Fame class. Broadcaster Jerry Miller, who has been with the Trojans for the past 20 seasons, is also a member of the Hall of Fame and says it is an honor to share it with such a great class of players.
I was a little bit shocked when I was notified, but really a deep honor for a lot of different reasons. When I think about being forever linked with that program and what it's meant, I couldn't be more honored for that. And to know the process that they go through to bestow this honor on somebody, I'm very, very flattered about it.
These inductees will be honored on October 4th at Riddle Pace Field at the 2013 Alumni Game. The Troy Baseball Hall of Fame has enshrined 47 players, 13 supporters, and 3 coaches since its inception in 1992. And still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll get you prepared for the first home weekend of Troy Athletics.
But first, I had the chance to sit down with Coach Chris Bentley to talk some soccer, as well as a cause very important to his team. So stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.